Hey leaders, it's Tip Thursday, and today I wanted to come to you guys and talk to you about going over the rules with your group of kids. It's something that falls off my radar every once in a while. If you're noticing that your kids and your group are having a problem following the rules, it's a good time to remind them what the rules are. Because here's the thing, they know what the rules are, but we got to remind them. It's just all the time. It's just repetition, repetition, repetition. That's what's going to work for these kids, because repetition it works for people. Once you've done something 10,000 times, you got it down. You know how to do it then. So I just want to remind you guys to repeat the rules to them. They are, number one, respect everyone and everything. That means that we don't mess up our games, that we keep them nice and cleaned up and all that stuff, that we make sure that we're taking care of them. It means that we're not kicking our friends, that we're not saying bad words about them. You guys there's a lot of leeway in this, and that's by design, so that number one, the kids can remember, it's pretty easy to remember, and number two, it really covers basically everything. And so if you're having problems with a kid, I want you to make sure that number one, you're talking through what's going on and why you're having the conversation with them. That is breaking one of the rules. The number one rule, that we're not respecting someone or something. That is really broad and covers a lot of different things. So I want to encourage you guys to be talking about that with the kid. Then number two, make sure you're giving consequences. Remember, we have a 3-strike policy around here. Number one is, hey, buddy, I see you doing this thing. You need to change it because it's one of our rules. Why don't you go do this instead? Second time that something like that happens, say, hey buddy, I see you doing this again. And what's going to happen now is you're going to come sit by me for a little while until I think that you're ready to handle the rest of the group, because you're breaking rule number 2. Maybe they're hitting someone, I don't know, not keeping their hands to themselves. And the next time I have to talk to you about it, I'm going to get your parents. And then the third time they break it, hey buddy, you're going to sit with me and we're going to go get your parents. And make sure that you're looking for me to go get the parents. I'm going to be instilling some room leaders in every room in the next year or so, or by next fall, we're going to have a room leader in every single room. It's going to be a big deal, but we're going to do it, and a community leader at each service. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're moving towards. So rule number one, respect everyone and everything. Rule number two, keep your hands and feet to yourself. This just really covers basically everything. If a kid just keeps getting on top of another kid or whatever, we want to make sure that we're addressing that issue. And number three is have fun. If we're not having fun, what's the point anyways? Because no one's going to remember anything that's boring. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. Hey, I want to give a leader shout out today to 2 people. Number one, to Nicholas Ronan. He's almost there every week, first hour, helping us run tech. He's been really flexible on things. So thank you, Nick, for almost always being there, but sometimes not sending me emails. So make sure you send me emails, bud. And number two, Jordan, because she's a senior and she is here every weekend. She was here the day after prom this year. So just a big shout out to those guys. If you guys see them, they're both graduating seniors. So make sure that you're saying, hey, thank you guys for investing in our kids. I think they're both going to maybe stick around for a little while after this, during the summer or whatever. But just make sure that you guys say that. I'm going to try and give a shout out to leaders every single week. And so just be aware of that. What we're learning about this weekend, our 1st and 2nd graders, they're going to be learning about Samuel, the last prophet of God, or not prophet, the last judge of God for Israel. And then we're also going to be talking about, with our 4th graders, they're actually going to be taking their promotion trip. Kindergarten also coming on their promotion trip, and 4th graders are going to go see it downstairs. But first hour, since they don't have middle school services first hour, they're going to be hanging around with us and talking about forgiveness and why it's such an important thing. Hey guys, thank you guys for loving on kids, and make sure that you go over the rules. I'll be trying to do that, and if you feel like your group is getting out of control after a little bit of time, and you feel like it would be helpful for me to speak into them, just please let me know that, so that I can do that from stage. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!